Senator Budd.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Mazol, good to see you. I enjoyed our time in the office recently. China produces over 90% of the world's rare earth magnets, which is critical. It's a critical vulnerability to our national security. North Carolina is home to one of the only, if not the only, U.S. companies making rare earth magnets that are 100% decoupled from China. So I'm interested in how, if confirmed, that you would work through the Office of Strategic Capital and alongside and under the Undersecretary for Acquisition and Sustainment to ensure the critical supply chain.
Thank you, Senator. I really enjoyed the time in the office.
Sure.
Thank you for bringing up Office of Strategic Capital, which is a direct report to R&E. And OSC, as its first deal out of the gate, was involved in the department's Mountain Pass deal and provided a significant direct loan as part of that deal. So I think there are major opportunities for OSC to play a role, noting that the reconciliation bill devotes significant funding for OSC credit subsidies in this regard. I'd also say that if confirmed, I'd look for opportunities to work with entities like DARPA, another direct report to R&E that's doing very interesting work in the critical mineral space.
Thank you. You mentioned some of those other offices. There's multiple offices that report to R&E that seek to innovate and advance technologies. So you're going to oversee a variety of units looking at emerging tech. I am concerned, I'm all about the innovation, but I'm concerned about duplication of effort as well. So if confirmed, in what ways would you encourage cooperation among these offices, as well as others like DIU and Strategic Capabilities Office, to accelerate innovation and in stovepipes, but eliminate duplication?
Well, Senator, I agree that coordination between R&E and other innovation entities that are both at the OSD level and in the services is very important. And if confirmed, you have my commitment to ensuring that we're working with OSC and the Strategic Capabilities Office, Defense Innovation Unit, and others, meeting with them regularly to make sure, understanding their portfolio of programs to make sure there is no duplication of effort.
Great. Thanks so much. Mr. Anderson, thanks for your service to our country. When you served at U.S. Army Special Operations Command and I think some time in North Carolina, you know it's home to numerous soft units that are vital to winning our next wars. So as SOCOM recalibrates its focus to irregular warfare and operating within great power competition, how do you expect the SOCOM budget and force structure to change?
Senator, first and foremost, thank you for the opportunity to come speak about this with you and your office. As we discussed, the Special Operations community, Special Operations Forces brings an interesting value proposition to the department. One of the things, being a former operator who lived the OEF, OIF time frame, we had 20 years of war in places like Iraq and Afghanistan. I do think this is a great opportunity for the Special Operations community to reevaluate themselves, how they're structured as we shift to the Indo-PACOM fight. I would say that there's another unique opportunity here where we can go back to some of our irregular warfare capabilities. I mentioned my grandfather in the beginning of this. He's one of those, I won't say old too loud, but old Green Berets that was one of the snake eater generation where, we had our Green Berets going to places like Laos and Cambodia and building up forces, leaving and having them conduct operations. So at the end of the day, in the Special Operations community, we are attempting to work our way out of a job. And if confirmed, those are some of the priorities that I would put forward, Senator.
Thank you. Information operations, it's a space that the Chinese have prioritized and are clearly leveraging to gain an advantage over us to persuade local populations to not, but here's the question. So what role can SOF play in information warfare to counter our adversaries?
Yes, Senator, thank you for that. And information operations has to be integrated into our special operations in order to combat adversaries like China. What I can say from a high level is that while we might not necessarily win a conflict with IO, we can certainly lose it. And it's very critical that the special operations community, one of the biggest values that we have, or one of the biggest things we have at that our benefit is truth within the special operations community within the United States. I think that builds incredible credibility with our partners. So as we shift to the Indo-PACOM, using that credibility and those years of working with our partners is going to be absolutely critical as we move forward with our information operations.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Senator Budd. Senator Budd, in your opinion, was the Tryon resolves for the first Declaration of Independence in the colonies or the Halifax resolve? You represent both counties.
I'm going to have to go back and take a poll on that one. So.
Thank you very much.